What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Jujutsu Kaisen. Season 3, Episode 12 just dropped, the season finale. And after the Megumi-focused episodes we've been covering all season, MAPPA completely switches gears and gives us the Yuta Okkotsu episode we have been waiting for, the Sendai Colony. 3 domain expansions. Rika finally summoned. And the biggest news of the week, Season 4 has been officially announced. We are breaking down everything. Let's get into it. First, let's quickly set the scene because if you've been focused on the Tokyo Colony all season, you need the context. Yuta jumped into the culling game in the Sendai Colony completely alone. He already killed reincarnated sorcerer Dhruv Laktawala, and he is on a mission to earn 400 points, so he can add 2 specific rules to the culling game. One that allows passage in and out of a colony, and one that opens up communications while inside. But underneath all of that tactical planning is something much more personal. Yuta wants to kill Kenjaku himself, because if he doesn't, Gojo will have to do it. And Gojo killing Kenjaku means killing his own best friend. Yuta is trying to spare the man who changed his life from having to do that. That is the weight this man is carrying into every single fight. The episode opens with Yuta protecting survivors trapped in the colony. A massive swarm of cockroaches descends on the group, and we're introduced to Kurourushi, a cursed spirit that is essentially a giant sentient cockroach. Yuta sends all the survivors to the soccer stadium, with Rika guarding them and goes one-on-one with Kurourushi himself. The early exchanges are incredibly fast. Yuta is dodging, reading attacks, moving through the city at speed. But Kurourushi gets him, blinding him with hot liquid that erupts from its body, slicing into his shoulder and stomach, and picking him up for what looks like the kill. And then Yuta does something genuinely insane. He grabs Kurourushi's head, places his mouth directly over the cursed spirit's mouth, and channels reverse cursed energy directly into its body. The cursed spirit explodes from the inside. This is Yuta Okkotsu. This man does not panic. He does not hesitate. He finds a way. First fight of the episode, and it's already one of the most creative kills we've seen all season. But the real episode is just getting started, because the moment Kurourushi goes down, Takako Uro appears. Reincarnated sorcerer, and her technique is one of the most creative we've seen in the culling game. She can manipulate space by treating the sky itself as a surface. She literally bends and folds the sky around her opponents. Before Yuta can even fully process what's happening, she's already attacking and he's immediately on the back foot. There's a fascinating character detail here too. Uro assumes Yuta is from the Fujiwara clan, a clan that apparently caused her serious problems during her first life. So she comes into this fight with personal history already loaded. She's not just fighting Yuta, she's fighting a ghost from her past. And then Ryu Ishigori jumps in, another reincarnated sorcerer, and he has one of the most entertaining personalities we've seen in the entire arc. His cursed technique blasts pure concentrated cursed energy, and it fires from his pompadour. His pompadour. That is the most Jujutsu Kaisen thing I have ever said. But don't let the comedy fool you. The power behind these blasts is absolutely staggering. Ishigori tells Yuta his first life was fine but unfulfilling. He's still missing the dessert to top it off. He came back to life looking for that one final satisfying fight, and he thinks Yuta might be the one who can give it to him. So now Yuta is being attacked from 2 directions simultaneously by 2 reincarnated sorcerers who are both operating at an elite level. Most people would be dead already. Yuta is calculating his next move. And here is the moment of the episode. Yuta slips Rika's ring onto his finger and summons her. Rika manifests in her full form, this enormous, terrifying, beautiful cursed spirit, and offers Yuta the cursed tools she carries. He looks through them and chooses an arm-length glove. With a smile, the connection between them lasts 5 minutes. And during those 5 minutes, Yuta has access to his full cursed technique, Copy. The ability to copy and use any cursed technique he has ever encountered. This man is a walking library of every technique he has ever seen used against him. He is the most dangerous sorcerer of his generation, and this episode finally shows you exactly why. What follows is one of the most visually stunning sequences of the entire season. Rika and Yuta split up. Rika takes Uro, Yuta takes Ishigori, and MAPPA absolutely go off. The animation in this fight is extraordinary. Purple and blue cursed energy lighting up the night sky. Yuta weaving through Ishigori's blasts. Rika bringing absolute chaos to Uro. And then Uro does something nobody expects. She brings the sky itself crashing down on all three of her opponents simultaneously. The scale of that attack is insane. 3 domain expansions at the same time. Yuta, Uro, Ishigori. All 3 activating simultaneously, which in JJK lore creates an incredibly unstable and dangerous situation where the domains crash against each other. The animation here is some of the best domain expansion sequences we have ever seen in this series. MAPPA saved the budget for this moment, and every single frame of it shows. But then, chaos. A spawn of Kurourushi bursts into the fight and shatters all 3 domains instantly. The balance completely collapses. It slices off Uro's arm. Rika catches it? Yes, Rika catches the arm. And just like that, Uro is out of the fight. And now we get to the final one-on-one, Yuta versus Ishigori. And here is where the episode does something genuinely beautiful. Yuta notices how much Ishigori is enjoying this fight, how much pure joy this man is getting from having a real opponent worthy of him. And instead of finishing him off efficiently like he planned, Yuta indulges him. He gives Ishigori the fight he came back to life looking for. Both of them blast their cursed energy at full power, and it collides in the air between them like fireworks. This is one of the most visually gorgeous sequences adapted all season. Yuta uses Uro's copied sky manipulation technique against Ishigori, redirecting his own cursed energy blast back at him. And Ishigori, smiling, says thank you for the dessert before passing out. He got what he came for. There is something genuinely poetic about a character who came back to life just to find one great fight and finding it in the person who defeats him. Uro and Ishigori both give Yuta their points. He ends the episode with 190 points out of the 400 he needs. The culling game continues, and Yuta is just getting started. The scale of what this man is capable of, copying techniques, reverse cursed energy healing, Rika, elite hand-to-hand combat, we have barely scratched the surface. And now the announcement that broke the internet this week, Jujutsu Kaisen. Season 4 has been officially confirmed, subtitled The Culling Game Part 2. Season 3 covered Part 1. Season 4 picks up right where we left off. No release date yet, but the announcement dropped on the same day as the finale, which tells you Crunchyroll and MAPPA are completely confident in where this story is going. The Culling Game Part 2 means we are heading into some of the most intense, emotional, and controversial arcs in the entire manga. Manga readers know exactly what is coming, and I genuinely cannot wait to cover every single episode when it drops. My review of the finale and the season as a whole, Season 3 has been exceptional. The Megumi arc delivered some of the best character work in the entire series. The animation from MAPPA has been relentless, and this finale episode was the perfect way to close out Part 1, giving Yuta his showcase, introducing 2 new compelling characters in Uro and Ishigori, and setting the stage for everything that comes next. If I had to pick the best episode of the season, Episode 11 for Megumi. But this finale is an incredibly close second. The 3 domain expansion sequence alone earns it a place in JJK history. That is the full breakdown of JJK Season 3 Episode 12, the season finale. Drop a comment below. What was your favorite moment? Mine is Yuta choosing the glove with that smile. It tells you everything about who he is as a character. Subscribe and hit the bell. Season 4 coverage will be coming the moment it drops. See you for the next video.